Okay, let's talk my most asked question about our budget planner, which is how do you use all the pages? So the weekly and monthly budget planner, let's talk about some of the pages. So this is our vision board meant for you to plan your annual goals. This is also a place for you to do like stickers and things like that that get you excited to plan. If you're someone who likes to set goals like far in advance, and I imagine you do if you're interested in planners, then you have the quarter goals to break down some of the different goals that you have. Our yearly planning page is, for me, I personally use this to track annual bills that are coming out that are due. So I have like our HOA, car subscriptions that are annual, things like that in here. And then you can definitely use this also as a goal planning page. The annual sinking funds is for those who like to use annual sinking funds, which is just a fancy way of saying like your annual savings accounts. You can use cash or digital, but this is a way to set it all up. You'd put the category, like a very popular one is Christmas, and you put the goal amount, the month you need to start saving, the month you need to have it done, and then the plan to get it. So you can put like $100 per check or $200 a month, $50 a week, whatever, and then you check mark once it's completed. If you have more debt, then you will have less sinking funds possibly, and that's very normal. The vacation, brainstorm, and itinerary pages were created from me taking a vacation and just writing it all over the planner. And I thought, how come I don't have one of these pages in the planner? So this is the brainstorm where you can kind of have ideas of what would it cost if we went to this place, what would we spend, where would we stay? And then once that's kind of set in stone, then you have this little section here to update with the actual spend, and then your itinerary to kind of lay out tickets, addresses, things like that. And then the daily planner is something that I personally love to use on vacation. I will tear the sheet out and take it with me because it has the itinerary and then my daily plan. I've used this two different ways. I've used this on my iPad and in my planner, and I've used this page to track either what the day plan is or what the day plan ends up being. So I either do this the day or before we leave and write down like breakfast here, lunch here, dinner here, walk here, visit this. And then I've also used this to end the day and say, we walked the beach, we did this, we did that. So I kind of know what my vacations actually look like because we're vacation frequenters, so we'll frequent the same place again, or we plan to for the most part. You also have the daily spent down here, which is meant for you to track how much you're spending every single day. I also write here the expenses for the day, and this helps me figure out how much I spend on vacation typically, which I like to live large on vacation. So this is very important because if we only take $1,000 or $2,000, you know how much you're needing to cut it back on the last day or the day before or whatever. Reservations and experiences. I use these for dates and things I want to do. And then you have things needed. So typically I put a hotel, like a little grocery list here, or like road trip snacks that we need to get. And then tracking money events that happen is anything unexpected that happens. So one thing for me that seems to always happen is school events. So I will forget the smallest school events that end up costing me either time or money, like making costumes, ordering a costume, needing to buy things, needing to deliver things to the school, whatever. So I use this for anything that is unexpected that I'm like, I need to remember that next year because it either caught me off guard in my budget or whatever. Your bill payment tracker this year looks a little different because we have the spaces for you to write the bill amount. So if you get this planner anywhere from January to June, then fill out only this side. I wouldn't fill everything out at once because bills can change in the second half of the year if you cancel subscriptions or whatever. So I wouldn't fill the whole thing out right away. I would just fill out the month that you're in. And then you have the Everything I Owe, which is pretty similar to last year or our style in the past 2 years, which is where you write everything that you owe, all of your debt as a snapshot. And then you have your individual debt pay down trackers, which is debt you're trying to pay down. This is not going to be used for like revolving credit cards or anything that you pay off and use again, pay off and use again. So this is just for things that you want to pay off. And then this year, what I did was gave a lot of visuals. So you have the hearts here, and then you have the puzzle pieces. You also have a little tree And then this is to give a visual because I felt like last year I was really wanting a visual. And then you have the website username and password, which is also new. And then you have the paid off check mark boxes at the bottom. And then we have savings trackers with a thermometer visual as well, because same thing, I'd like to see as I get closer to the goal. So you have a lot of those. And then the savings challenges is meant for you to do however many you want when you want. So don't get your planner and think you have to do all of these. These are meant to kind of get you excited to do different challenges without you having to buy either our downloaded savings pack or any other challenges. You have plenty in here to get you going. So you have our savings challenges for Christmas, which you can do 750 or 1,000 or 1,750 and do them both. And really just kind of do this how you want. And we have some little shapes here. I call them octagons. I know they're not. They were when I designed it. And then we started reshaping it and I never went back and fixed it. I think it's called a hexagon. I'm not sure. But then you have the 52-week savings challenge that we doubled from last year. That's a weekly savings. And then you have the 100 envelope challenge, which is very popular. The pay in blank tracker comes from the mini planner from last year because it was really popular when I designed it and showed it. This is meant to track your pay in 4s, your pay in 6s, all your pay laters. And it's meant for you to track one on each side. And then you can track like a little payoff wheel or just check mark the box. But that's really cool to keep track of everything you have coming out. And if you are a frequent pay later person, then I would use an erasable pencil, or I'm sorry, erasable pen or a pencil for that. Then you have the password keeper. I like to keep passwords that are very private here. I've been attempted to be hacked in my email, social media, ever since I got a following. So that's something that I like to write down. And then subscription tracker. I don't have this filled out religiously, but when you get started in your budget, I think you absolutely should. Like you should go through and look at what you're subscribed to, and you can usually cut expenses here. I mean, you're not gonna, be a millionaire by doing this, but it's something that definitely helps you see everything you're subscribed to when you're first getting started, or if you're needing to like revisit the beginning of the year, everything you did subscribe to again. Then you have the medical account tracker. That is something that either you have or you don't have at your job. If you have one, you know what I'm talking about, but you can put here the amount you requested or the amount approved, then the balance before, your balance after in your medical account. If you have a card on your HSA, then you can, instead of amount requested, just go straight to amount approved because you're swiping your card. And then you have the planning holiday gifts pages, which is bigger this year just to give you more space to kind of jot things down. I do the gifts first and kind of get an idea. I want to spend 40 on this person, 100 on that person. Then you can add everything up and say the gift budget, and then say I also need decor of X, and then total I need. But I would fill this out kind of first. And again, pencil or erasable pen, because this is a lot of things that can change as you start seeing that number grow. The annual account balance tracker, I put some little tips down here on most of the pages that you're not very familiar with, but this is meant to track annual account balances for anything. So you can track your debt balances, all your debt accounts you can put up here, savings challenges, whatever, savings, sinking funds, you can put them up here and then track the balances. If you're tracking these on a certain day of the month, I'd put that date here. I'd put like 31st, and then every month on 31st, you need to update the account balance or the number. The house chores. So the house chores is actually something that, again, was in our mini budget planner, and it got really popular and everybody wanted it in this planner when we were voting on Instagram. So it's in here. You have your monthly cleaning and then your irregular cleaning. So this goes by month or kind of like when you find the time. And then you have kind of a monthly, and then you have some blanks because some people have dogs, some people have kids, some people don't. So your house chores obviously can change. Then you have 5 investment trackers, your retirement, 401k, actual investments, things like that. But you get 5 this year, and I try to keep the whole planner looking minimal. I'm going to jump to July just so we don't start off in January. The monthly intentions page is meant for you to put goals for this month. If you want to carry the same goal every month, then that's fine. I put stickers and stuff here. You have wellness goals, struggles that you're having this month, motivation. You can leave the struggles blank and fill that out as the month goes, or even wrap up the month with that. You have a Bible verse that is hand selected with a scripture reflection. They're different every single month. This was our way of incorporating the scripture or the faith section in our planner this year, but making it not an entire section in the back of the planner. We will bring a section back in the planner, I think, next year. Events this month, and then you have the envelope sinking fund update. So if you're someone who uses cash envelopes either in your purse or you have a bunch of cash envelopes sitting in a drawer or in a binder, then you can update what you're starting and ending the month in if you're putting in or taking out of those envelopes. So if you're someone who carries, let's say, just 4 envelopes in your purse and you kind of use it every day, when you're starting the month, you can say, okay, my grocery, I have $50, my gas, I have $10, whatever. And then when the month ends, you can say, I ended the month with this much, and then move on like that. That's a way to give you a little quick envelope check-in. Your monthly layout is 2 pages. This is here for the days to put in there. It is undated except the months, the days of the week and then the month. You have a little 31-day tracker. It can be a water tracker, a fitness tracker, a no spend tracker, a mood tracker, whatever you want. I use, I'll put here like mood, and then I'll do a bunch of different colors like this and label them, but do anything that you want to track for 31 days. It could also be ovulation, things like that. The weekly spread is very traditional in a planner. It's a very traditional weekly spread. It has nothing budget related. So if you're using this for work, no one will know it's a budget planner unless you flip to the back of the month or the beginning of the planner. So you have your blank, the line, you are using it for work and personal. You can do work and personal. And then you have your long to-do list. So you can write more. You have a flexible weekly tracking section here. You have a blank schedule, so you can track like the vitamins you're taking, the workout routine, the program you're doing, right? You can do your kids' schedule, different sports, different kids' schedules. You have a habit tracker like last year, and a shopping list, and a notes box also. And then at the back of the month, you have the monthly credit card spending. So this is for people who are using credit cards in their budget. You can track every single transaction. That way you keep up with the balance and how much you're using and paying. But this is for people who are using the card the way you're supposed to and zeroing it out at the end of every month. If you're someone who's carrying a balance, then really you could use this if you just want to see your spending for the month. But it's intended more for people who zero it out because you get one every single month. And then you have the monthly budget where you lay everything out, and you can either use this if you're someone like who is self-employed or you get a regular income. You could use this to just write everything down and then just check off the bills as they come out. And I would track like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, or whatever, or 4 days at a time, or however many days you track your budget at a time. And then if you're someone who gets regular paychecks, you have the paycheck planner also that you could use, which is every paycheck kind of gets a plan, and then you track all the spending in that paycheck. So you kind of get that. And then, so down here, we redesigned this so many times, and I didn't realize I had made this smaller and left the lines the same. So you're 1 line short, so I'm very sorry about that. It frustrates me, and I'm so sorry. I can't fix it. They already printed them. And the last page of the month is the monthly reflections, which is where you can do many different things. So either you're a numbers person and you just want to see the numbers, like how much debt, how much is my credit score, what's my savings, whatever, you can do this. If you're someone who likes to also do reflections and like check the heart and all that stuff, you can do here. Then if you have something that you're doing on your own, you can use this blank box. And then if you're someone who likes to do traditional, how much did I spend in food, how much did I spend in this, that, then you can track that here as well. This is how I designed the planner, but a planner is personal and so is a budget, and you can do whatever works for you. I hope you guys like this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.